What is going on, guys? Thanks for coming back for another moto vlog. Holy crap. Woo! So first off, I just want to apologize for not uploading a video last weekend for you guys. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it snowed about 9 or 10 inches here about like 10 days ago, right before that weekend. And I couldn't really upload a video because of all the snow. But since then, a lot of it has melted away. It's like 40 degrees right now. So it's kind of the nicest day we've had in a while. So I definitely wanted to come out here and make a video for you guys. And believe it or not, the coldest part of my body right now is actually my feet. I'm just wearing my sneakers. Like I have my riding jacket on and then like a jacket under it, so my body's pretty warm, but my feet are actually like frozen. Didn't really think that one through. But anyways, I want to talk about one other thing on the channel. We have gained a ton of new subscribers on the channel within the last couple weeks, so I just want to welcome all my new subscribers to the channel. It's great to have you here. I hope you enjoy this video and all my future videos. I'm heading to this gas station right now because they're like the only ones in the area with free air, and I'm gonna check my tire pressures because I have a feeling the one in front is a little low, and probably the back too because it's cold out and haven't really checked tire pressure in a while, so definitely gonna fill them up. So for anyone who hasn't seen the last couple videos on my channel, I actually hit a rock on the Daytona going like 40 miles an hour, and I bent the front rim. I'll show you guys right here. It's actually just right here. Hopefully the camera can see that, but I bent the front lip of the rim right here and the inside of the rim like in about 1 millimeter. I don't think the tire leaks. I mean, it's been sitting for 2 weeks and it hasn't leaked at all, so today is kind of the maiden test of the rim. I definitely want to like consider fixing it and everything like that, but for the time being, I mean, I can ride the motorcycle, so definitely gonna go for a ride. Let's see what the tire pressure is on this thing. 18. Oh jeez, I knew it was flat. Yeah, I'll be honest, that's a little nerve-wracking to me. I don't know why it's so low. Probably just because I haven't checked it in a while. At least that's what I'm hoping. Hopefully the tire's okay, or more or less the rim is okay. Let's see what the back one's at. Oh, that one's at 29. Okay, tires are filled up. Alright, tires are filled up. The bike feels a lot better now that the front tire is like actually inflated. I'm a little nervous as to why the front tire was like 10 psi low, just because of that rock incident I had a couple weeks ago. So definitely gonna have to monitor it a little closely over the next like week or two to see if it drops any psi. I have a bad feeling the rim is just bad, so probably gonna be looking at getting a new rim. So that's gonna be a fun $300 bill. So on to what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you follow motorcycles at all, know that Kawasaki just released a brand new motorcycle, the 2018 Ninja 400. And if any of you have been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I had a Ninja 300 before I bought this motorcycle. I never made any videos on it, but it was my first bike, and I rode it a lot. So naturally, when Kawasaki announced that they'd be coming out with a Ninja, holy crap, a Ninja 400, it definitely piqued my interest. So today I just want to go over what's different about, you know, the Ninja 400 versus the 300, and is it the best starter bike? So the first thing I want to talk about, and the obvious difference between the Ninja 400 and the Ninja 300, is the fact that they upgraded the engine, and they upgraded the engine a lot. What the hell? Crazy lady. I mean, that might have been partly my fault because I was kind of riding in her blind spot, but still. She was on the phone, by the way. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what she said. I think she said good job and gave me the thumbs up. I'm not really sure. I wonder if she saw that lady almost go into my path? I don't know, but that's funny. That guy even ran the red light. So the easiest way to kind of put the Ninja 400's engine into perspective is to kind of compare how much power and torque it puts out compared to the Ninja 300. And I also want to compare it to the CBR 500. So as I mentioned earlier, the first bike I ever owned was a 2013 Ninja 300. And if you guys don't know, that was the first year it came out. And I went into the dealership knowing that I was going to buy a CRF 250L, which was also the first year that bike came out. It was like a dual sport, and I saw the Ninja 300 there and I caved and I bought the Ninja 300 instead. And I loved that bike. I put like 9,000 miles on it in just a summer pretty much. Well, actually it was more than like a year, but 9,000 miles between school and work and stuff like that. That's quite a few miles to put on a motorcycle in a summer just joyriding. So anyways, I loved that motorcycle. I didn't have a problem with how much power it put down. You know, I thought it was fast at the time. But anyways, the Ninja 300 puts down about 35 horsepower to the wheel. And I think roughly like 19 or low 20s foot-pound of torque. So if we're just going to look at the numbers and compare the 300 to the 400 Ninja, the Ninja 400 has pretty much improved upon power and torque 25%. The Ninja 400, they dynoed it at about like low 40s, like 44 horsepower, and torque, it's like 24 foot-pounds of torque, which is pretty dang good. As far as other improvements go, I know the Ninja 400 has an upgraded dash compared to the Ninja 300. As far as the bike's geometry and size, it's pretty much stayed the same. I think it might just be a little bit bigger. The seat height has still stayed the same at pretty much 31 inches. So that's always nice. For new riders, a low seat height is always advantageous. Whoa, can we like navigate this corner with no hands? Yes, we can. So another potential starter bike that I want to compare to the Ninja 400 is the CBR 500. And I know that Honda makes a CBR 300 as well, but honestly, the CBR 300 doesn't even come close to the Ninja 300 or the Ninja 400. So I want to compare the CBR 500 to the Ninja 400 because it's actually a really interesting comparison. So as you might guess, the Ninja 400 has pretty much 100cc less engine displacement than the CBR 500. But what's really interesting is when you dyno the bikes side by side, the Ninja 400 has pretty much the same power, if not a little bit more horsepower than the CBR 500. Holy crap, that's a big pothole. And I think that's really telling about Kawasaki. I mean, if you guys don't know, Kawasaki's been pretty much leading the starter bikes. You know, they're the first ones that came out with a 300cc starter bike. Before that, you know, it was just 250s. And even the Ninja 250 was pretty much the go-to starter bike. Kawasaki just keeps setting the bar higher and higher for other manufacturers to even compete with their starter bikes. I really think that the Ninja 400 is probably the best starter bike for anybody to purchase, because price-wise, it's right there. You can get one for $5,000 brand new. It's a great deal. We're going up to Dinosaur Hill. You guys see that dinosaur at the top of the hill? That's where we're going. And I might be a little biased towards the Ninja 400 because of course I own that Ninja 300 and I really like the bike, but I really do believe that Kawasaki makes a really good motorcycle for the price and, you know, all the engineering they put into their motorcycle to have 100 less cc's and put out pretty much the same power as, you know, Honda that's making a 500. You know, there's something to be said about that. We made it. Whew. It's a little windy up here, but pretty good view. If you guys can see those mountains, or I guess more or less hills out in the distance, that's where Mount Rushmore is, right over there. So a little bit more about Kawasaki and the Ninja 400. You have to remember that Kawasaki's been building starter bikes, 250s, 300s, and now the 400 for close to 30 years now. And, you know, they really know what they're doing as far as, you know, making a solid motorcycle that's good for beginner riders. As far as I'm concerned, all Kawasaki did was take their Ninja 300, which was a great platform. I know I'm biased, but it really was. It sold great. I didn't have any complaints. It was reliable. It was a great motorcycle, especially for anybody who's just learning to ride. But basically they took their 300 bike and they put a bigger engine in it, and I think that makes up for everything that the 300 was lacking with respect to, you know, power and torque. With the Ninja 400 putting down, you know, 44 or 45 horsepower, that is not a slow motorcycle. And something that I forgot to mention is that they trimmed the weight down on the Ninja 400 compared to the 300. The Ninja 300 weighed 380 pounds wet, and the Ninja 400 weighs like 360 pounds. So you're not only gaining like 25% horsepower, you're actually losing like 10% weight as well. Well, not 10%, but still 20 pounds is a lot of weight to lose off of a motorcycle. And of course I haven't ridden the Ninja 400 yet, but I fully intend on doing so in the next month or two, just because I'm that curious. You know, I probably wouldn't be in the market to buy one, but I think I'm gonna feel right at home on it because, you know, I started out on a Ninja 300 and I feel like it's gonna feel like the same bike with just more power, and that's essentially what it is. And going back to that extra power that they added to the bike, it's not so much power that, you know, it's not a starter bike anymore. It's not a 100 horsepower motorcycle like this one I'm riding right now. It is definitely still a starter bike, but you know, that extra power is going to make it definitely extra fun. So just to finish up the video, guys, if any of you are new riders or are looking to get a newer, oh gosh, starter bike, I would highly recommend that you go check out the new Kawasaki Ninja 400, just because I know that you won't be disappointed. And again, I do want to say thank you to all the new subscribers to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next weekend, I will have a quad vlog coming out for you guys. Should be pretty fun. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button below, and I will see you guys next Saturday.